Hi, my name is Katherine Eid. You can visit my blog at thebeanpost.wordpress.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make bitter greens with almonds and goat cheese. This is a wonderfully delicious recipe that takes very few ingredients. We have some salt and pepper, some ume plum vinegar. This is Eden selected. Any kind of vinegar will work, literally any kind, from apple cider vinegar to balsamic. I have some oil here. This is grapeseed oil. It's one of my favorite higher heat oils with just a mild flavor. We have some almonds. These are raw almonds that have been roughly chopped. We have beautiful green Swiss chard, which is a lovely bitter green. And we have some goat cheese. So we start with a rough chop on our bitter greens and some oil in the pan. My pan has been heating over here for a little while. It's nice and hot. A couple tablespoons of oil will do. And I'm going to start with my almonds. This is going to give the greens a really nutty flavor. And they'll just take a couple of minutes in the pan to toast. Almost equal time that our bitter greens will take to finish cooking. And while those are going, I'm going to just put a little salt. I like to salt every layer of my cooking. Adds a really nice depth of flavor into the finished product. Little pepper never hurt. And in go our greens. Got a nice big pile of greens here. Greens are something that don't take very long to cook. You want about medium heat. And you want to get them coated nicely there with that oil that's in the pan. It smells so good with those almonds underneath. I like to cook my greens just until they turn color. I don't like to cook them all the way down where all the nutrients are lost. Just a nice green color will really come out and make them taste really good. And a little bit of vinegar, as you're cooking the greens, will speed up the process. A little bit goes a long way. It's a pretty strong flavor, but it really will help that process in breaking them down a little bit faster. Good. Now remember, we're salting every layer, so a little bit of salt on these greens. When we cook greens, we're breaking down the protein chain. Greens actually have a surprising amount of protein, and they're much easier to digest when they've been heated or broken down in some way. You can do this by juicing or chopping really fine and kneading the greens with some lemon juice. But here we're using vinegar and heat to break them down a bit. All right, our greens are just finishing up here. They look really great. They still have a bright green color to them, full of nutrients. All right, there we go. Now, an added little bit here that I love makes these greens taste so good is a bit of goat cheese. So, goat cheese sometimes comes in a log like this. Sometimes it already comes in crumbles. I'm just going to break it up a little bit. Pour it here over my greens. And there you go. Got a complete meal here. Lots of protein from all of our ingredients, the almonds, the goat cheese, and the greens. We've used a little bit of vinegar, which helps to cut down on the bitterness that sometimes comes with dark greens like this chard. This dish could be made with any kind of green, from kale to spinach to the chard that we're using here. It's a great side dish or a great lunch any day of the week. My name's Katherine. In this video I showed you how to make bitter greens with almonds and goat cheese, and you can visit me on my blog at thebeanpost.wordpress.com.